Evil TikToker ended veteran's life that made a dance video. First off, look at this nigga's face. There's no way he looks in the mirror and he's like, yeah, I'm good, bro. Like, he looked like a monkey with a coconut head, bro. You know coconut head from like Ned's Declassified or whatever? That's exactly what it looks like.
TikToker allegedly took the life of a United States veteran and then posted a dancing TikTok video mocking the situation. This is just an unbelievably sad story. This is Justin Guzman.
This man is funky looking as fuck. Holy shit. Oh my, yo. Like, I'm sorry.
Recently,
that's fucked
he just
up.
turned
My
himself
bad.
into authority.
Fuck him, he killed somebody, bro.
Here on this channel. Took the life of a Marine veteran in front of his fiance and infant son, and then went home.
In front of his, what the fuck happened? Hold
Opened his
up.
TikTok app and then posted a video of himself Fortnite dancing while a news report about the crime he just allegedly committed plays behind him. And I mean, this just really sets the bar for how.
What the fuck?
So here's what happened. On June 3rd, Guzman and his friend Marco were at a Galleria mall in Houston, where they allegedly insulted a woman in an elevator. And you could probably see where this is going. She happened to be the fiance of a 30-year-old Marine veteran, named Anthony Sanders, and a mother of their 10-month-old baby. So obviously,
10-month-old, bro. Ugh.
he didn't like that. So later on, in the parking lot after the incident, Sanders confronted Justin and Marco for insulting his fiance. An argument then broke out, but the Marine veteran humbly walked away and went back to his car to leave with his family. At this point, according to reports, Guzman and Marco, in their own car, brake checked him and positioned their car in front of Sanders to block him from leaving. When Sanders got out to confront them, he was shot 10 times right there in front of his child and partner. So just in case you...
So, god damn, but he tried to mind his business and just go away. And these two little chicaranos decided to do that, bro. They got a hot special place in hell for them, bro.
Sanders left the altercation with two scumbags, got in his car with his wife and kid, got blocked from being able to leave the car park, and then had his life taken away in front of...
Damn, not only a Marine, not only someone who tried to walk away, not only a husband, not only a father, but just a man got his life taken for nothing.
And his 10-month-old
over
child.
no reason,
it's honestly
man.
Astonishing how much of a lowlife you have to be to escalate the situation.
That's crazy,
These
bro.
dudes could not handle a verbal confrontation with a 30-year-old veteran trying to defend his wife, so they waited until
honestly, it's kind of scary that, like, nowadays, like, I try my best not to get into any type of drama, because people, they don't give a fuck. They'll literally just pull their gun out and shoot you, right? They're pussies. They're scared to fight.
With the family and trying to exit the scene to then take his life. There is no words for these guys. And even worse, the victim's mother, Ronielle Sanders, was on the phone with him while the incident took place.
Because we just want justice for our son.
On the phone too, bro?
Protecting his son and his fiance.
R.I.P., man.
The family of both
R.I.P.
Anthony's parents are Army veterans. He was a Marine, and he was gunned down in a parking garage over a petty argument. This is just sickening. This guy was just trying to protect his family, and he gets his life ripped away from him over basically nothing. But this is where the story continues and becomes even more infuriating, and the main reason I decided to cover this. Because after the alleged crime, Guzman, I guess, just went back to his normal life. So I guess as soon as this crime made the headlines, he opened his TikTok app, and then he essentially Fortnite danced and overlaid the headline of his crime behind him to some, generic music. So alongside of just being absolutely vile in so many ways,
they got the video? Like, play it. Come on,
Hall of Fame stupidity. This is hands down one of the dumbest things you can possibly do. I guess that comes after the thing he actually did. That's the dumbest thing you can do. This is a strong runner-up for things that are stupid after you've done something incredibly stupid. So this guy allegedly took someone's life. And
he's definitely gonna get punished for that. Like, karma is fucking real. Like he's gonna get beat brutally. He's gonna be someone's bitch in prison for the rest of his life,
it was a
bro.
Great time to
grow
some
your hair
attention
out,
on
bitch.
TikTok
Get ready for it.
Because apparently that's where the generation is today. We're probably aware that the culture of, drill rappers exposing their crimes in songs, that's sadly been happening for a while. But with the context we have now, this is a TikTok dance. And obviously we're aware of various people snitching on themselves in raps or so on and so on. But now they're doing it in TikTok dances. Oh boy.
Wild,
the future
man.
is getting more dystopian as we speak. As of recording this video, that video has since been removed. But if that's not the most damning piece of evidence
they took it down.
to introduce into a criminal case, I don't know what it is. With social media being the key evidence in this case, I can guarantee that Justin's entire internet presence is going to be brought up in trial. And from doing research on this, we actually found out that he had over 100,000 followers on this now removed TikTok account. I mean, just imagine being in court and they roll out one of these bad boys, the refrigerator television on the stand.
Oh God, I hated those, man. They used to make us sit on the floor and watch the TV.
Because for some reason they still do that to this day. And then they just play this TikTok video of him doing that in front of the jury. And this happened in Texas. So Texas is clearly a F around and find out state. Because Texas ain't find out there. According to the reports given by the police,
that dude look like he's from Texas, bro.
His fiance said that he was there in the mall to pick her up from work. Then when she got into the elevator to leave, Justin and Marco were inside it. Apparently they asked her a question which she then ignored. And if you're a woman alone in the elevator with two men, that's a completely rational response. Justin and Marco, being remarkably insecure, I guess, didn't like that one bit, and allegedly they called her a stupid, ugly bee, which, you know, perfectly backs up my previous statement. The fiance then told Sanders what happened, and he drove around the parking lot until he found Justin and Marco. Obviously, this is where he decides to confront them, has a brief discussion, and then everyone gets back into their cars. And while Sanders wants to leave, well, we know that Justin and Marco didn't want to allow that. Initially, Guzman and Sinin were detained, but later...
Damn, so this isn't like broad daylight as well. Like, they're in public. They didn't even like pull up to the house or nothing.
As the investigation progressed and warrants were issued, both men turned themselves in, with Justin even showing up to turn himself in an Uber, which is kind of understandable, because why would anyone want to volunteer to take that dude to jail? Justin was being held on a $750,000 bond, but that's since changed. Originally, the state only requested a $150,000 bail for Justin, with Justin's attorneys wanting a $75,000 bail. Justin's lawyers then claimed the bail of $750,000 set by the judge was set too high, and that Justin couldn't possibly afford it. So according to the defense, the judge was holding Justin hostage.
The stage was set for Guzman's hearing based on the filing of the application.
Why do they even have a bond, bro? Keep that nigga in jail. Don't keep him, like, keep your eyes on him. Don't lose sight.
Not only the Texas Code of Civil Procedure, the Texas Constitution, and the Constitution of the United States by what his legal team believed, and Lord Guzman's men $45,000 in fees opposed to $75,000 in fees. However, if Guzman is able to raise that $45,000 in fees, he would actually be subjected to a GPS monitor for the duration of the case, which potentially can be years.
So he got a lower bond, but still way higher than what he wanted. Marco, however, reportedly had a criminal history, so he's now being held at a $1 million bond. And I don't think that's going to get any lower anytime soon.
What the fuck did he do?
Legal proceedings in mind, Justin and Marco are claiming self-defense here, though.
New tonight, the attorney for the second suspect charged in connection with the murder.
Oh my gosh, she looked like a fucking, like a character from South Park. Like, she got an extra big head, but her face is like... Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Veteran at the Galleria is insisting that his client acted in self-defense. Justin Guzman's attorney telling us that his client and his friends were trying to leave. They claim
the Edgar
Sanders
special
was the aggressor.
The complainant was riding their rear bumper, not driving away, continuing the situation and continuing to provoke the situation that they're dealing with. It's a clear-cut case of self-defense. What happened shouldn't have happened. There's no doubt about that. And somebody lost their life. But Justin Guzman...
Bro, there ain't no way it's fucking self-defense, bro. This lawyer is just trying to do his job. That's all.
Did not provoke this encounter.
He knows damn well.
Confident. I can't wait to hear him explain a TikTok of his client dancing in front of the headline of his crime. So the defense is saying that Sanders presented a knife, but Houston police have stated they found no evidence that Sanders was armed, which frankly makes the self-defense claim look pretty weak. Not only that, but this doesn't make a lot of sense to me because their car was in front. So if they felt threatened by Sanders, why would they not just leave? Like, that just doesn't make sense. And even if he stepped out of the car with a knife, they could just leave. They were ahead. Then obviously on top of that, why did they shoot him 10 times?
10
times. A lot more sense that Sanders was the one.
Yeah, 10 times. They unloaded the whole clip on him, bro.
Like his family claims. And if this is a public parking lot, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a whole lot of CCTV footage that paints the entire story for us. But I guess we'll just see how all that pans out. So here's the charge breakdown. Justin and Marco, they're both facing murder charges. Under Texas law, murder is classified as a first-degree felony. This means that the prosecutors believe the act was committed intentionally or knowingly. And this is with the aim of causing Sanders' death. If convicted, they'll both face a sentence of ranging from 5 years to life in prison.
Life in prison, bro.
Fine of up to $10,000.
Lock him up.
In Texas, a first-degree murder conviction can also result in a life sentence with the possibility of parole. But being eligible for parole doesn't start until 30 years into the sentence.
Damn.
Prosecutors could later choose to elevate the charge to capital murder, which is possible in cases involving multiple suspects. Then the stakes are high. A capital murder conviction in Texas carries only 2 possibility outcomes: life in prison without the possibility of parole, or the death penalty. As of right now, they're not facing additional charges publicly, but if the investigation uncovers other felonies, those could significantly add to their potential prison time. But as it stands right now, Guzman and Sinin are each looking at a very real possibility of spending the rest of their lives in prison.
Oh yeah, bro, keep them there, bro. Please.
Incident. This was a confrontation that escalated to a man's life being taken away in front of his family. And the alleged shooter thought it was appropriate to go home and make a TikTok video dancing and mocking it. Again, I have no words about this. This is just disgusting. But I guess the dude just completely played himself because now he'll be locked behind bars for basically the rest of his life. As this case progresses, I'll probably make some updates, but rest in peace to Anthony Sanders, and may his family get the justice they deserve. But
yeah, RIP that man, bro. RIP for real.